Welcome to the GodShow.us Daily. Tonight is Hall of Fame induction night. And the question being enshrined: 10,000 years of service, no retirement, never once called in sick, is about a body that made a vow and then had the nerve to change. Philosophers, mystics, rabbis, monks, one suspiciously confident stoic, they are all on the floor tonight. And one question is getting the jacket. This is one question, answered through 15 wisdom traditions. Let's go.
The GodShow.us is a free daily multilingual project. One question, 15 wisdom traditions every single day. Find today's question, ask your own, and discover your personal belief profile at the GodShow.us. Today's question: does a vow you made in a healthy body still bind you now that the body can't keep it? At one day's scale, that's a logistics problem. Can I show up or not? At a decade's scale, it's an identity problem. Am I still the person who swore? At a life scale, it's a metaphysical problem. Was there ever a stable self anchored to that promise in the first place? Picture yourself hovering a pen over a doctor's intake form, and the question they haven't printed, but you feel anyway: who are you now compared to then? Does a vow you made in a healthy body still bind you now that the body can't keep it? Islam lands first, and it lands with a verse, La yukallifu lahu nafsan illa wus'aha, which translates roughly as, no soul is burdened beyond what it can carry. And the tradition is clear that this wasn't written for the strong. It was pre-written for the hour you failed. The vow shifts form, not disappears. Whatever the diminished hand can still offer, that's the new obligation. Very merciful, also very persistent. The obligation follows you through every door, just wearing different clothes.
Stoicism hears all of that and says, politely but firmly, you're asking the wrong question. Epictetus had no full use of his legs. He kept every obligation that belonged to reason. The tradition's move is to split body from will. Tissue can deteriorate, the choosing thing behind the ribs cannot. Revise the form, never the substance. Which sounds inspiring until you're the one on the exam table wondering where exactly your will ends and your limits begin.
Buddhism and existentialism agree that the self who swore is gone, but they mean something completely different by that. Buddhism tells the story of a monk who promised 1,000 prostrations and then couldn't bow anymore. His teacher pressed a palm to his chest and held it there. The vow was already kept, she's saying. Kept at the moment he meant it with everything he was then. That's release through presence. Existentialism does the opposite. It says clinging to a dead self's contract is bad faith wearing honors coat. You must choose again, right now, from this body. One tradition says the vow completed itself. The other says you have to make a new one.
Vedantic philosophy takes it further and asks who made the vow at all. Not the body, not the doer, the witness. And the witness was never consulted. So, not bound. Judaism goes a different direction entirely. It didn't philosophize its way to mercy. It legislated it. Hatarat Nedarim, vow release, is a legal mechanism built because the rabbis knew the self who swore is not always the self who must pay. One tradition hands you a court process, the other hands you an enlightened teacher. Practically speaking, those are not the same wait time.
Friends gave us the pivot scene. Ross screaming it up a stairwell at a couch that was always too big, and the couch never makes it. The pop culture oracle pulled that one today, and it earns the floor time. The couch was always too big for those stairs. He just needed the broken angle to see it. Moneyball says the old scouting report is dead the moment the body changes. You bet on what's true now, not the highlight reel. And cynicism shows up to remind us that you lashed yourself to the mast when the sea was flat and the lashing cost you nothing. The body isn't betraying the vow. The body is the lamp you're holding at noon, looking for an honest man, finding only the ghost of your own vanity squinting back. Cynicism will not let you feel good about yourself either way. And that's the job. These traditions disagree sharply about what changed when the body changed. The obligation, the self, the form, or nothing at all. that pen hovering over the intake form. You're not deciding whether you were serious. You already were. You're deciding who gets to say what seriousness costs now.
The jacket has been presented. 10,000 years. And this question still walked to the podium under its own power. No Kane, no Walker. Just a vow and a body that kept changing their terms. If this show is worth something to you, find us at thegodshow.us. It is free. It is daily. It is multilingual, and your support keeps it that way. Thegodshow.us would like to thank our sponsor, Typeset.us. When generic web typography is letting you down, refine your work for free using Typeset.us. And thanks to DeYorkMusic.com for our dark rock intro tune. The hall empties. The vow stays in the display case. The body walks out into the parking lot and negotiates. See you tomorrow for our take on the God Show's question of the day.